So there are three ways to cruise the Nile. First one is with a huge big cruise ship, all you can eat buffet, scheduled temple visits, loads of crowds everywhere. The second one is a dahabeah, which is very much more exclusive, but far way above our budget. And the third one is the Felucca. It's right here, with the water lapping close to your toes, the wind in your face, a fire on the beach at night. And this episode is about the Felucca ride that we took. It's a much quieter way. This way somehow just felt real to us. This is what it's like, sailing on the Nile in a Felucca. We found our Felucca in Aswan. There was no booking sites, no fancy dock, just word of mouth and some haggling with a guy on shore who spoke a little bit of English. We had Ahmed, our captain, we called Captain Fantastic, and Nazar, who was the cook, and they welcomed us on board the Nile Flower. The boat was actually really simple. It was an open air deck. There was a mattress, there were some blankets, there's a sail, no engine, no toilet, and no plan. And that's exactly what we wanted. We left Aswan under sail with nothing but the wind. It was pretty chilly. It was December, so it was the middle of winter, and the boat moved like it was gliding through time. There was no noise, no rush, just the creak of a mast and the splashing of the water. It really felt like we were traveling through time. We passed farmers and their donkeys. We saw children playing in the shallows, and sometimes we waved, sometimes they waved first. But we really felt that we were witnessing what it was like to be on the Nile those thousands of years ago. We didn't pass sights. We passed real, authentic life on the Nile. And instead of watching from a deck 5 stories high with loads of people, we were there by ourselves, right on the Nile at eye level. And every now and then, the silence would be broken, and a floating palace would thunder past, towering cruise ships, music blaring, decks stacked with tourists, and it was really quite a shock to see. We were surprised to see the exclusive dahabeahs were all actually motorized. They have a sail up, but they have a motor that pushes them up and down the river. And sometimes we watched in absolute awe as the local hawkers would cling to the sides of these big ships in their tiny wooden boats, calling out to sell scarves and trinkets, and they risked everything for a single sail. From our little Felucca, we saw it all, a river in motion, full of stories and colliding worlds. It was just incredible to witness. That one behind.
Good job.
And then when the sun started to dip, we pushed onto the sandy shores. There's no dock, just a beach. And we gathered sticks together and started a fire. Dinner was really simple, something like lentils and rice and vegetables, all cooked right there in front of us in the flames. Simple, warm and delicious. And tea, of course, always tea. Sweet, delicious tea. We would sit around the fire and listen to the night settle in, and the stars began to show themselves, and the river would slow down. The fire warmed us, there was no distractions, just sometimes conversation, sometimes not, and silence. At night we simply slept on the deck. There was no cabin, there's no roof, just a mattress, a blanket and the open sky. And the stars in Egypt, they don't hold back. You could see forever. It felt like we were in ancient times, eternal, like the same stars that the pharaohs watched from the same waters all those many years ago. And of course the sounds, there was no hum of air conditioning, just the frogs and the crickets and the gentle waves tapping at the boat, the occasional call to prayer and occasional dogs barking. It was one of the best sleeps we've ever had, and not because it was luxury, just simply because it was so real. And in the morning, the river was it was misty and chilly and still and quiet, and Nasser boiled water on the fire and gave us tea and eggs and flatbread for breakfast. We ate with our hands, we sat and watched birds skim the surface. And a fisherman in the distance threw his net. It just felt like the Nile was letting us in on a secret. Most people only see it through, I guess, a lens, a guided tour or commentary and a schedule. But this was the Nile's quiet side, and it really felt like a gift to us. So, would we recommend it? Absolutely. But only if you want to see something raw, only if you okay with sand in your feet and stars instead of ceilings, and only if you want to feel the Nile, not just see it. So next time you're in Egypt, don't just float above it. Let the river carry you. Trust the wind and sleep under the stars. We did, and it was amazing. We'd really love to know, would you go on the Felucca or would you choose to go on a cruise ship? Drop a comment below and let us know what you would choose. Thanks so much for watching, and stay tuned because we're going to bring you the big cruise ship on the next one, the big buffets, the temples, and you can do the comparison. But thanks so much for watching, and see you on the flip side.